说中文。
Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese. Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese.
Hello, welcome once again to Chinese Pod. We bring you lessons in spoken Mandarin all the way from Shanghai, China. We have an elementary lesson today because we're looking at the Olympics.
Yes.
And we're actually talking about cheering and supporting and stuff like that.
Yes, we are. We're in a very cheery mood.
Wow, that's great. Good to hear it. Now, would you like to give us a clue or some kind of preview of
Yeah.
what we're going to listen to, please, Jenny?
Okay, listen to this word. 啦啦队，啦啦队。
La la dui. This has an onomatopoeic effect.
Yes.
I think.
And that's the composition of the word, actually.
Okay, it is. So essentially, this means to cheer, to lead a cheer.
It means a group of people who cheer for a team or
Okay.
a player.
Okay, so it's the noun. It's not a verb as such.
No, it's
okay.
the noun.
It's the noun. I see. So as in the dui means the group.
Yes, squad.
There you go. A squad or a group. And the la la bit is the onomatopoeic.
Yes.
Meaning just the effect
The sound. La 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 la.
voices
I don't know if anyone cheers like that, but
cheering. People in a sort of very state of arousal, let's say. In the sports sense, let's say. Okay, well, that's it. There you go. So that's the la la doi. That's the... Now, it also means the cheerleading team, as in what we traditionally think of cheerleaders.
The
like
American
the girls with the
pom-poms, yeah,
pom-poms
the
and all
pyramid
that.
shape.
Those are called a la la doi. But a group of supporters, as you would call them in soccer, would also be a la la doi.
Yes.
Or fans, baseball fans of the game. So they could be big, hairy, tattooed la la doi, or they could be sort of pretty pom-pom
Leggy
yielding.
girls.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Oh, why don't we listen to this 3 times?
对话第一遍。
加油！加油！加油！加油！
你在干嘛？
练习当啦啦队，
我跟你一起吧。
太好了！我数3，我们一起喊：1、2、3，加油！加油！
第二遍。
加油！加油！加油！加油！
你在干嘛？
练习当啦啦队，
我跟你一起吧。
太好了！我数3，我们一起喊：1、2、3，加油！加油！
第三遍。
加油！加油！加油！加油！
你在干嘛？
练习当啦啦队，
我跟你一起吧。
太好了！我数3，我们一起喊：1、2、3，加油！加油！
Now let's translate it.
Okay.
加油，加油，
Go, team, go.
加油，加油，
Go, team, go.
加油，加油。你在干嘛？
What are you doing?
你在干嘛？
What are you doing?
你在干嘛？练习当啦啦队。
I'm practicing with my cheerleading.
练习当啦啦队。
I'm practicing being a cheerleader.
练习当啦啦队。我跟你一起吧。
Oh, I'll do it with you.
我跟你一起吧。
I'll do it with you.
我跟你一起吧。太好了，我数3，我们一起喊：1、2、3。
Oh, that's great. I'll count to 3 and then we'll shout together. 1, 2, 3.
太好了，我数3，我们一起喊：1、2、3。
Great. I'll count to 3 and then we'll shout together. 1, 2, 3.
太好了，我数3，我们一起喊：1、2、3。加油，加油，
Go, go, go.
加油，加油！
Go team, go.
加油，加油。
Wow, this is a pair of geniuses right here, isn't it?
But
Now-
they're trying to get the harmony, the sing.
Yeah, I see. Look, I mean, there's two aspects of what we do. We want to have a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
This to me looks very like a situation comedy, to be honest. Oh, let's practice together, do 1, 2, 3 and stuff. But I mean, it is fun because it is fun. And the language is really good here. So let's take a look at it. Could I help you? Let's practice being cheering. I mean, anyway, sorry, just having fun. Now, the most common way in Chinese, right, when to show support for your team,
Yep.
is to the utterance is
加油，加油。
the tones there are
First and second.
加油. There you go. Now tell us about those two elements, would you please?
Yes, it literally means to add oil.
Add oil.
The first character 加 means to add, or
Add.
to plus.
Okay, as in 1 + 1.
Yes.
Right.
一加一
There you go.
and
油
油 means oil.
Oil. You. There
Yes.
you go. Add oil. I think it's obvious to figure out the metaphorical kind of implications there. Add oil to the fire or whatever. So great. So let's do it together, shall we?
Yes. 加油，加油。
There you go. I feel
I'm
motivated
seeing-
already.
Yeah, our party is studying Mandarin and we're just saying 加油，加油 cheerleading.
Indeed, wherever you are, just stand up now on a crowded bus and start screaming at the top of your
加
lungs.
油，
加油,
加油。
and give the bus driver some,
Yeah.
some support here. There you go.
If the bus driver happens to speak Chinese, he will probably ask 你在干嘛?
Yeah, indeed, which was the question here.
Yes.
Now, I foresee like somebody walking into, this is something like France, or honestly, this is like, I don't know, a situation. But somebody comes in and some person is sitting there going, 加油, 加油. And then the question, of course, as you said, is,
你在干嘛?你在干嘛?
Welcome back to another installment of Chinese Pod Trivia. And the question for you is, for what test does Chinese Pod offer preparation services for? Is it A, the polygraph, B, the colonoscopy, C, the HSK test, or D, the CAT scan?
The CAT scan?
Ooh, sorry, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, the HSK test. That's right, Chinese Pod will thoroughly prepare you to pass this rigorous test of proficiency in Chinese. ChinesePod.com/HSK.
now, what are you doing? What are you up to? Now, the expression 干嘛 is great. It's
Yeah.
really useful. It's really high frequency. Tell us something about it.
干 means to do, the verb to do.
Yeah.
And 嘛 creates a question.
Okay.
So 干嘛 means what are you doing?
Yes. Now, you could leave out even the
Me.
pronouns here. You could say,
干嘛?干嘛?
right, so we've added a little bit of grammar to it here
Yes.
to give you the structure. So the full sentence here is,
你在干嘛?
there you go. What are you doing? What are you up to?
Yeah.
我干什么 is another way to ask
Yes.
that, right? Now, the verb to practice is
练习,练习.
now really useful because, of course, you could have 练习讲中文, right?
对.
To practice speaking Chinese. What else could you 练习?
练习唱歌,
唱歌,
practice singing. 练习吃饭.
Wow.
I don't know if you
Practice
need to do
eating.
that.
Wow.
A baby has
I've had
to,
quite enough of
yeah,
that.
practice
Okay.
吃饭.
All right. And so in this case, it's practicing to be a cheerleader. Now, as we said, the word for cheerleader is
啦啦队,啦啦队.
great. To be in the sense, not in the existential sense, but in the sense of doing something, performing.
Profession, yeah.
And that word is,
当,当.
yes, 当 first tone.
Yes.
Now, in this case, we're talking about to be a cheerleader, and that is
当啦啦队.
right. Now, that could be a supporter, as you'd say in
Yeah.
the UK, for example. You're a football supporter or a baseball fan in the States. Somebody at the game screaming,
cheers
shouting
up,
and so
yeah.
on. All right. So this dang is really useful, and it also refers to professions.
Yes.
For example, I could say 当老师, I am a teacher.
Or you can also say 当学生,
当学生,
I'm a student.
Indeed, there you go.
或者当爸爸.
当爸爸, that's
Being a
right.
father.
Being a father, that's a great one. So your pal feels they need to
Urged.
practice too. So I'll do it with you.
我跟你一起吧，我跟你一起吧。
There you go. That's pretty straightforward. Now, 太好了, great. Right. Now, here the next part is really interesting. I'll count to 3.
我数3，我数3。
Now, really, really simple, really nice here. 我数, that third tone
Yes.
means to
To
count.
count.
So the verb to count is
数
or quite often used 数一数, right?
Yeah.
Could you count? You'd say 请数一数. You might say to a kid, can you count those? Now that's third tone, so remember that. 我数3, I'm going to
Yeah.
count to 3.
对。
Okay. Now, while we're on this, 数, because it's also used differently, tell us something about how it can change and the tone can change.
Yes, when it's used as a verb to
Yes.
mean to count, it's the third tone 数.
Yes.
But when it's used as a noun,
Fine.
it's the fourth tone.
Fourth tone.
For example, 数字 numbers.
Number.
数字 or 数学.
数学 is
数
math.
学，对。
Yes. That's an easy one to remember, right? Because 学 as in study.
Yeah.
数学
The study of numbers.
the study of numbers, indeed, math, and 数 in that case, because math is hard, and I think of the fourth tone.
对。
数学. Whereas
数学。
counting is a little bit easier. Maybe that's third tone. 数.
数
Great. So, but I like this. I'll count to 3. Let's hear that again.
我数3，我数3。
Great. And then we'll do it together.
我们一起喊，我们一起喊。
Great. 我们一起喊. Now, the tone there on 喊 is
The third.
And that means
To shout.
to yell or to shout. Yeah. Is it different than 叫? Is it used differently in any way or?
喊 is slightly different. It has a more emotional.
Emotional.
You're expressing support.
Okay, but you wouldn't use it in the anger sense, would you? Or
You
would?
could, but 叫 has a more
Okay,
angry.
good. Yeah, so this means yelling in support or making your voice heard. Okay. So han, third tone, right? Good. So then we get back to the original phrase, which is go, go, go.
加油，加油。
There you go. Well, I think that was quite an interesting little
was
lesson
some
right there.
Grammar there.
There's grammar, there's vocab, there's a
conversation.
lot in there. Let's listen to it 3 more times, shall we?
对话，第一遍。
加油！加油！加油！加油！
你在干嘛？
练习当啦啦队，
我跟你一起吧。
太好了！我数3，我们一起喊：1、2、3，
加油！加油！！
第二遍。
加油！加油！加油！加油！
你在干嘛？
练习当啦啦队，
我跟你一起吧。
太好了！我数3，我们一起喊：1、2、3，
加油！加油！！
第三遍。
加油！加油！加油！加油！
你在干嘛？
练习当啦啦队，
我跟你一起吧。
太好了！我数3，我们一起喊：1、2、3，
加油！加油！！
Okay, we hope that was useful. We hope that you feel also some 加油.
Very,
Yeah.
very cheered up.
Yes, that you feel more motivated. And just maybe it's something you could say to yourself if your motivation for study is not quite
加油，
what you'd like to
加油。
加油. Yeah, 给自己加油.
对。
Yeah. As you know, one way to give yourself some 加油 would be to go to ChinesePod.com.
Yep.
Find out the things that work for you. This is learning on your terms. meaning that ChinesePod.com gives you hundreds of options. All learners are different and they all like to take different approaches. We try to give you the options there to spend some time and find out what works for you, but you can certainly see the language, explore the language, work on vocab and all sorts of patterns and all sorts of things. So if you do that, you will retain what you hear in the audio.
Yes, we oil you
Indeed.
by all means.
Let's give you some oil, indeed. Okay, we'll be back again tomorrow with another lesson, but right now it's time to say
再见。
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number
0827.
So just go to
www.chinesepod.com/0827
and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/0827.